Hi guys, Karen here. It's Tuesday, February 4th. Gosh, I can't believe where the time's going. I've been kind of a little bit, this is the couple weeks before I get on the cruise and I get a little bit antsy. And as we got Valentine's coming up. And my husband told me to just go and get the necklace that I've been wanting. I've been searching for a long time and it really was the one that I thought I wanted. And he told me to go and get it. And then he would just say it's for me. And I thought that was sweet because we don't usually give gifts to each other. We give them all to grandkids and kids. But anyway, my daughter's been telling me to go to KENDRA. And I've been watching them on the internet. And I really like the jewelry. It looks like me. But I couldn't find what I really wanted. And she said, well, there's an outlet store. So we went into Birmingham. And I bought the necklace, which I don't have right now because when I got it home, I didn't really pay attention. It was so beautiful. It was a real tiny gold necklace, and it had a cross with chips. I can't think of my words now. Like not garnets, but you know, the little chips. Anyway, it wasn't diamonds. I did look at one that was diamonds. It was $480. I said, nah, I'm not going to spend that. I have a lot of diamonds in rings and things. So I went for this other one, and it was really nice. It was still $170. But when I got home, I went to put it on, and it was so teeny and so delicate. And I'm 79, and I'm not teeny, and I'm not delicate. And, you know, my hands, I'm not shaky yet, but I'm probably going to be there soon. But it's just so little, and it had a knot in it already. I did get the knot out, but I said, this is just not going to get it for me. So I went back to the store yesterday with my husband, and I traded it in, and I got 4 pieces of jewelry. And my daughter said, you need to bring that back and show it. So I'm going to. So this is what I have, is my little KENDRA. And I really do love her stuff. I love jewelry, but I don't wear it that much. But I'm going on a cruise in less than 2 weeks. So the first thing I got stackable rings. I am a ring person, and I usually have real rings. But I like stones that aren't real. This one's actually not real. This is a moissanite. But then these are real. That's like one of my wedding rings. But I just love these. It's stackable. It's a plain one. Let's see if I can get that up there so you can see. Yeah, I need to get out of the picture. And then it's got one with the fake diamonds, whatever. Diamondique. And I got a larger size. This was in a drawer. It was a percentage off. And so that's going to go. And I do need hand lotion. But I thought that was real pretty. So that's number 1. And I'm trying to think. Oh, I've got my receipts in. So you can get an idea. Oh, my necklace was $160. I traded back. It was $160. The reason was it was not as expected, and I hadn't worn it. It still had the tags and everything on. I traded that back in, and I got these 2 rings together were $49. Crystal, that's the thing I'm thinking. It's a ring set. It had been $70, and I got it on sale for $49. Okay. So then my next item, and I put them in these nice little bags, and I guess you're supposed to, I'm going to put you down a little bit lower. I guess you're supposed to put it back in there so they don't tarnish. I've got jewelry boxes, but probably it's a good idea. Oh yeah, I love this. Now this is the one that I really wanted to get the day before I was there with my daughter. She talked me out of it because she said I shouldn't get a color, but I've got so many blue things, and I just love this. And it's silver. There we are. Whoops, upside down. They're into hearts right now, and this is not really a heart. Is that not pretty? I need to get out of the picture so it'll, whoops. Maybe I'm too close. Anyway, I don't know if I can even put it on by myself, but I'm going to try. And I have an ugly neck. I hate to bring attention to my neck, but I guess if you're lucky enough to get as old as me, you're going to get a turkey neck. And I'm probably not going to get this on by myself. What I did last week is I chopped off my fingernails. They were long. I figured they'd get back to being nice by the time I get on the ship, but they were kind of long. I do get pedicures, but I don't get manicures. I don't like people messing with me. I do my own hair, as you could probably tell. But that's it, and I just love it. I don't think my husband's seen it on me. Honey, do you like this?
It's pretty.
Pretty. And I've got some blue rings. I have actually a blue diamond that's going to look beautiful with this. And I have sapphires. So that is really pretty. Won't show in my t-shirt, but anyway, that's exciting. I like that. That was the one I really wanted. That one was $50. Now that's not bad. Okay. Keeping track of taking back 160, and I've got 50 and 50. Okay. This I actually got free for spending $100. It was the last day of it, and I could get a silver or gold, and I could have red on the heart. Again, I think I need to get out of it to hold that up. It's got crystals on it, and I thought that was so pretty. This is Kendra Smith, and I've got some gold things and some silver. I think that's real pretty. So I'm just excited about that. Now that one was $60, and I got it free. So free's good. I got it actually when I bought the $160 necklace, but they let me keep it since you can't get your money back, you have to get a credit. So I was buying something else. So then this I really, really liked, but it's bigger than what I usually like. But I thought I should have something big. It's gold. It's one of their new, I guess for the Valentine's coming up. I think it's real pretty. I don't know which is the front and which is the back. I would just imagine it doesn't matter. That's pretty. And that's pretty. And this I'm going to be able to get on real easy because it just goes in through the hole. I think it comes up through the hole. Let's see. Yeah. And again, I do have so much jewelry, but I don't go anyplace, and all mine is kind of old and dated, and this is all new now. I just love it. Get up close to you, show you. Now I wouldn't wear the gold and silver at the same time. I'm just letting you see what my purchases are. Get rid of my neck, and that's on that side, but I guess it could go this side. That would show up more. And that necklace was, just so you know the prices, because they have them 600 and 800 and 1,000, and then they have some things that are 30 and 40. So anybody can go in there and get something that they like. I think that was a $50, 55. Yeah, that aqua crystal was 55. That's the blue one. The gold pink iridescent is 75. The rings were 50. And the bracelet was 60, but it was free because I spent all that. So I think I did pretty well. And I did have to pay a $21 difference because I spent more getting the other items that I did the day before. But I think that's right. Yeah, because I got 3 items. The rings and 2 necklaces. Yeah, that's right. And then this is 4. Okay, so I'm going to take everything off and put them back in the little bags. I don't think you have to watch that, but also I have yesterday while I was off gallivanting getting this done, my new phone came to the door and you have to sign for it. So now I'm waiting at home today to get my phone. And I'm going from a Android Galaxy Samsung 22 to a 25. And my husband has my old 13. And he's getting my new 22. He really doesn't care much about it, but he likes to play games all day long. And it's a big, the one that I have here, that's the 22. It's a big phone. And he's usually on his tablet, but he enjoys doing it on the phone. It's a lot easier. But his phone's kind of small. He's got my old 13 and it's a smaller version. Okay, I'm gonna figure out what I'm taking off here. Okay, my necklace. So anyway, I'm kind of worried I'm not going to be able to switch those phones around. And they said, oh yeah, it's easy, but no. I might end up having to go to the T-Mobile store and have them do it. They said that they wouldn't charge, but they charge you if you buy it there. I went there to get the 24 a couple weeks ago, and they said they didn't have the 24s. See, this is my problem. I never would have been able to do that little one. Maybe I can see it on here. I need to let my fingernails grow a little bit. Yeah, I tried to order the 24, and they said you couldn't get them anymore. You had to get a 25, and you couldn't pre-order them in the store. So I pre-ordered it on my phone. They told me it was going to come the 7th. So yesterday was 3rd, and I thought, well, I'm safe to go. Well, sure enough, they delivered it on the 3rd, and said they weren't even released yet. So I guess I got one of the first ones. I'm excited. Some people say it's not a very good one. I don't know how they could say that if they haven't been released yet, but I don't know. Some people you can't please. I didn't ever think I'd be that much into phones, but I like my phone. Okay, I think I got the clasp. I got it. I just don't know where it is to take it off. And I don't know if my husband's going to be much help. He's 6'8" and he's got huge fingers. Oops, maybe that's it. Maybe. Yeah, yay. Okay. Alrighty now. Goes in here. And all this is going on the cruise with me. Now we're going to Grand Cayman, which is wonderful. I love Grand Cayman. I bought a lot of jewelry there. But they have the wonderful beaches. The only problem with Grand Cayman is it seems like you always get a storm. And they don't have a dock, not for the ships. So you have to take the little boats and travel into the town on the tender boats. And when those storms come up, you get on those tender boats and they're bouncing and bouncing, and you get back up to the ship, and here's the tender boat, and the ship's going like this, and I'm old, and last time they just grabbed my arms and lifted me up and put me on it. So I don't know about that. But I do love Grand Cayman. It's beautiful. They have great beaches, and we just take a taxi and go to the beach. Then we're going to Montego Bay. It's beautiful. Jamaica's very beautiful, but I don't feel real safe there. And you have a lot of people that are very pushy. They want to sell you something. They want to shake your hand, and then they expect you to buy something from them. And my husband got rude with them one time. I was scared because you just don't know what's going to happen. You're in their turf. So nothing has happened to us or anything, but I'm real careful. But I've been to Ocho Rios. Now that was neat going up the waterfalls. That was a lot younger. But when I was going up, there was like a little pool of water, and I slipped and fell in the pool of water, hit my head against the rocks and broke my glasses. That was not fun. But it always looks like if somebody at the top falls, they're going to knock everybody down like dominoes, because it's just a mass of people climbing those waterfalls. But it is beautiful. It's something to see. I've done catamaraning. We've gone to, now Montego Bay I've gone to several times, and I feel like I like it the best. And we've gone to, what's that bar that we go to in Montego Bay? Margaritaville. It's not the original, but one of the original. That's kind of fun. I went there with my daughter one time, and we let the kids go down these slides, and they just go off into the ocean, but there's all kinds of boats down there, and they watch the kids. My kids were good swimmers. I had a pool. And then I took my great-grandkids there with my husband about 6 or 7 years ago, and we did the same thing. We went in and drank. We just watched them, and they went down those slides, and they just had such a good time. They have all kinds of rides. I've got a video of it if you want to look at it. It's I think it probably says Montego Bay or Margaritaville anyway. So, but just being on the ship is what I like. I just love ships. This will be my 46th cruise, and I'm sure as heck not rich. They don't cost much if you don't drink thousands of dollars worth of alcohol and you don't gamble thousands of dollars, because you can do that if you want to do it, if you can afford it. But I can't, and I don't like to drink that much. But we go, and we always have a good time, and it's something that you save $100 a month. Every year you can go on one for 2 people, and sometimes we get a balcony, and they're great, but we don't sit on the balcony much because we go around and do things. We like to play games, we watch the movies, we go to the shows, we eat. And but some people just like to sit on their balcony and look out, and I like to do that when the ship is taking off or coming in. I think that's fun. But not just to sit there. I it's okay like in the nighttime. Sometimes before I go to bed, I like to sit there. But I'm just more of a doing thing. Maybe as I get older, I'll sit more. I don't know. I'm kind of active for an old person, I guess. I told my husband last night I'll probably just be active, and then one day I'll just go, and that'll be it. And I hope so, because I think that'd be the best way to go. So now we've gone to death. Let's get on to another subject, but we'll go back to the cruising. And I just love to cruise, and we've cruised Carnival the most. We've cruised a lot of Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean's my personal favorite. Carnival is my husband's. Carnival is more of a party atmosphere, and Royal is more family, but you get both on either one. We've gone Princess. We had a wonderful time on one Princess. The other one, not so good. It was kind of like a lot of people trying to get a lot of attention, I guess. I don't know. And then we've been on, what's the one we went on, Phil, back to back? Holland American. That was my parents' favorite, and I could see why. Now it would probably be good for me, but I went on it like 20 years ago. It's more laid back, kind of classy, beautiful ships. They don't do a whole lot. It's not sitting there looking at the water with the blanket on your lap, but it's not, just shuffleboard and things like that. It's just maybe for older people. I wouldn't say it's more for probably not families. Although on some of your cruises, like maybe to Hawaii, Alaska or Hawaii, it might be good. We've done Hawaii 3 times. Twice we flew to California and went over, and then flew back. All the way from Hawaii, flew back to Atlanta. And then the 3rd time we took my granddaughter for her graduation, and we flew to California, and we took the ship from California to Hawaii, and it goes to all the islands, and you get to stay, a couple of days on the Big Island, a couple of days on Maui and Honolulu, and you go all around a lot of them, and then you see quite a bit. Whereas if you flew to Hawaii, you'd have to have a lot of money to be able to fly back and forth to the different islands to see, because they all are different. They're all gorgeous, but they're totally different. And we knew that we could never afford to just go to Hawaii and spend a lot of time, so we chose to take the cruises, and I'm glad we did. It was really great. And we've been to Alaska. I loved it. My husband didn't, but he's from Florida and he doesn't like cold. And I'm from Detroit, and I can live with it. And we went in September, so we went actually the last cruise of the year, and it was kind of cool at night. And when we went on the river, we took some river cruises, and they were kind of cold. But just walking around, some people had shorts on. We didn't. We were like in our 60s, I guess. We wore long pants and jacket, but we were fine. Now, my favorite was the European. We flew to Fort Lauderdale, and then we followed the United States up till we got up to around Maine, and then we cut over, and we took the same route that the Titanic was coming this way. We went that way, and we actually went over where the Titanic was. We didn't see any icebergs. We went in, I think it was April or May. It was one of those transatlantic where they're switching the ships up. It was so wonderful. We went to England, Ireland, France, Belgium, and Holland, Amsterdam. And then we stayed overnight in Amsterdam, and then we flew home. Flew from Amsterdam to Memphis. Long flight. But it was so neat because you flew over Canada and you flew over the glaciers and you could see them melt. Not melt, but as they got smaller. When we went right over the Detroit River, I could see my family. And flew into Memphis, and then we flew from Memphis to Atlanta. Out of the island cruises, my favorite is the Curacao, the ABC, Curacao, Bonaire, Aruba. Those are all wonderful. And I really enjoyed the Panama Canal and some of those countries down there. I haven't been to South America. The Canadian cruise was wonderful. I grew up across from Canada because Detroit's north of Canada. Detroit's up here, and Canada kind of goes up around it. So that's the only place in the United States where Canada is south of America. But I love the Canadian. We saw a place where they had the highest difference in your water, when the tide goes out, and they had ships up on cradles, and they're not in the water. And then when the tide comes in, they're floating. It's just amazing. I've been to Seattle because we went out of Seattle to go to Alaska, and I really enjoyed that. But I'd like to do things like Australia and in South America, but there's just not any more time. We're old and not any more money either. Those are more expensive than the Caribbean cruises. You do have to save up. Now the transatlantic one isn't actually. We went for $5.99 and we went on a Royal Caribbean. We went on what was the ship we went to Europe? We just went on it. We just took it 2 years ago again.
Yeah.
Our minds. Well, 46 cruises has been a lot of ships. We've done some of them several times, but I love the Oasis. That was one of my favorites. I like the Mardi Gras. It was a beautiful ship, but the week that we went, it was full of teenagers. We went for some reason, some crazy reason. I booked it during spring break, and I love children. I've got all kinds of kids and grandkids and stepkids and great-grandkids, but when you go spring break, it's almost all kids, and the teenagers tend to take over everything, which I can understand that, and I've been on enough that I'll sit aside. But they were destructive. I mean, they broke the ice cream machine. They had ice cream flowing all over. We were watching a show in the middle of the ship. They have a showroom, and the kids broke the glass balcony railings. They were bad. Not all of them, of course, just a few, but it only takes a few. We had a really nice balcony, and beneath our balcony was a deck that it stuck out farther than our balcony because they had a restaurant there. And the kids said, "Hey, old lady, get back in your cabin. Don't be out here." They were just abusive, and I never spoke to them, never said anything mean or anything, but they were a group of not nice kids, let's put it that way. So it kind of spoiled our Mardi Gras, and we haven't been on Mardi Gras again. I do like the size of it. My husband doesn't like to walk too much anymore. He's got some health issues, and actually I'm getting pretty old, and those big ships are a lot for me to walk on too. I can still do it, but I have to rest. So I don't like the real small ones. I like the ones that are considered large, just not the mega. If you get on the small ones, they're nice, they're fun, but there's not a lot to do, and we're to-do people, so we kind of like the big ones. All right, well, I think I've gone through a whole lot more than I was planning on. Getting ready for my phone.
Jewel of the Seas.
Jewel of the Seas is the one we went over to Europe. Yeah, and we just went on Jewel of the Seas 2 years ago, and it's like 22, 23 years old. It's a beautiful ship. I love it. We had a really good time this time too. We had a wonderful room. It was like we had a doorbell, and it was a suite, but it didn't have a balcony. But it was just, I had my own bedroom. I'd start out with my husband, but he's a snorer, and then I'd go to my own little bedroom. It was kind of neat. We just had one bathroom, but it was a big bathroom. But it was really neat. I was trying to figure out how I could get my daughter to go there, but she couldn't get time off, so it was just honey and me. All right, well, again, I'm going to show you my KENDRA Scott, and I do recommend it. I do think I know a lot about jewelry, and KENDRA Scott's really got some nice jewelry. I'll be wearing it on my ship. Y'all have a good time. I don't know if I'll be posting again before that. I'll probably post something with my new phone if I can work it. It takes a little bit for me. I'm not dumb, but I'm just old, and I just have to do things in my time. Alrighty, love y'all. Take care. Bye, Debbie.